Well, let's bring in Ariyo Dare from the Center for Liberty, who joins us live via Skype from Kaduna for more on this development. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. Well, very sad tales coming in from Kaduna about the abduction of those Greenfield students. What do you see at this point as the hope now of the remaining students and their parents? Already 5 students have been killed.
Thank you for having me. First, I would like to sympathize with the parents of the students who have been killed by these monstrous elements ravaging our nation. I also want to sympathize with other families and friends and to pray that God Almighty will comfort them, and also to pray that those who are still with the terrorists, the bandits, that we will be able to get them back alive. However, we must tell ourselves the basic truth here. I think we are in a cul-de-sac where we elected leaders who are insensitive, who appears do not know what to do in a situation like this. Nigeria is in a war situation. And let's be very clear. We didn't elect chief monarchs. We didn't elect lily-livered leaders. If people are lily-livered, leaders should quit. There is a solution, or there are solutions to what is actually going on currently, except if the power that be at the national and subnational are fellowshipping with evil. They can tell me this is a country of 200 million people.
Mr. Ariyo, if I may come in here, what exactly would you see are these solutions? Because at different times we've seen the government stand up to, of course, you've mentioned the place of commiserate with the families of victims, and even making constant calls to security operatives to fish out perpetrators of these dastardly acts.
First, you can't say that you can't take a position that you will not pay compensation to bandits if you have not put in place adequate security measures. Let us understand one thing. If your state is as porous as anything, and it means that bandits will always have a field day, it is wrong for you to say you cannot in a way negotiate. It's counterproductive for you to say you cannot negotiate. I understand that. I also believe that we should not negotiate with terrorists. However, let me say this. There is a way out of this, and I want our governors and our leaders to know. This is the time. Nigeria is a country of 200 million people. This is the time to bring young Nigerians, youth, those who are ready. This is a critical time that is demanding for a critical response. These bandits are in our fringes, in our bushes. This is the time to march what we call sectoral cleansing of our forest. Look, this thing has happened before, decades, centuries, in the past. We've seen, nations defeating the terrorists, defeating barbarians, evil. It is doable for us. All that we need is that strategic leadership who knows what to do, to lead from the front. In Kaduna, if I am a governor of Kaduna State, I will not only rely on the soldiers and the police. We are also going to bring 10,000, 100,000 people to march from forest to forest with everything that we got. It is not an operation that will be led by a governor who will not sit down in his state and be coming to Abuja. We are talking about a governor, either in Kaduna or anywhere in the country, who will sit down and say, I'm spending 6 months, I'm not leaving this state until I get rid of the last bandit in my state.
Mr. Ariyo, let me quickly come in here. You spoke about bringing in about 10,000 young people to comb the streets and forests in search of those who have been abducted. Let's talk about arming those people themselves. Not necessarily, I'm talking about how well kitted will those individuals be themselves, because obviously they are going into the forest where they're not even sure where the camps of the enemies of the state are.
Look, we are not talking of a problem that has not been solved in other climes. Why do we have drones? You don't just say people should go into ambush. Look, all the bandits that are terrorizing Kaduna State, I don't think they are up to 20,000. If you assemble 50,000, 100,000, this is an emergency situation. You call them reserve, you give them quick training. And what I'm saying is that strategically you do sector by sector cleansing of your state, sector by sector. They have roots. They have where they are coming from. These people can be dealt with, and I repeat, they can be dealt with. We have soldiers, retired soldiers, all of these. All that you need to do is to bring everybody together, including the retired soldiers, youth, everybody, and say, look, we have to defeat these things. If you go and look at empires, go and look at, even if it's just about watching movies, go and look at nations who have defeated enemies who have tried to invade them. I can't understand when they say this is not doable. It is doable. All that we need is leaders who are courageous, leaders who know what they are doing, who will assemble their people to face these people and send them packing out of our territories. Our police system, security system is broken, and there is no coordination because the leadership in Abuja is sleeping, unperturbed, and insensitive. So also the governors at the subnational, it's not just Abuja alone. They are not chief monarchs. They are not elected to be issued press statements.
This is the much we'll be able to take at this time. Thank you very much for joining us at this time. Ariyo Dare Atoye from the Center for Liberty. Thank you for joining us.